Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Gears 12 here, and today I'm bringing you a album review from the band Bring Me the Horizon. Their newest upcoming album, their fourth studio release, entitled Sempiternal. I hope I'm saying that correct, Sempiternal. Yes, I have my computer here to make sure that I do not mispronounce any names or mispronounce any song titles, so that's why I have it. So, Sempiternal. I want to go through this review as quick and as easy as possible. Not because of my opinion on the album, it's because I want to get to the main points and not just ramble on about how this album's different or how I feel about it. I want to get to the main points of what you're going to experience on the album and what's different and all that good stuff. So I'm going to try to, push through this and give you the most important key points. The first major thing that I think really changed the feel of this record is, of course, the fact that now it's a six-piece band. Yes, it's not like they went and replaced a guitarist. They went and got a brand new instrument and added it to this band, if you don't know already. The new guy is named Jordan Fish, and he does keyboarding, and it says he does programmed as well. But as you can tell throughout this whole entire record, there is a lot of keyboard. And you can tell by the way that the style of the music that was put on this record that a lot of it was written around the keyboard aspect. I think Jordan just put a lot of new ideas and it gave a whole new variety of stuff they can do, because Bring Me the Horizon have been in the category of metalcore, deathcore, and didn't really branch out on the past records. But on this one, they still have the metalcore, deathcore aspect throughout the records. So don't get me wrong, there's still those moments of what their past work is still being present on this album, but also they're adding electric music, ambient music, and pop. My thing is, when you hear that and then you try to associate it with a band like Bring Me the Horizon, which is metalcore, deathcore, that might sound scary. But in all seriousness and in my honest, brutally honest truth, it's amazing. Because for me, it's like I enjoy some metalcore and deathcore, but not enough to the extent where it's like in my top 5 favorite genres of music. But with what Bring Me to the Horizon have done with this record, with their moments of metalcore, deathcore, and then adding all this new variety of material with a keyboardist that basically, I think, formed this album. That's what it sounds like to me. Just gave this album more variety than they could ever have done before. I love what they're doing with this album. There's so much epic keyboard moments. My personal favorite track, which I have to talk about right now, and I don't know why it is. I think it's a mixture of the lyrics, the way how the song starts off really slow, and just you're curious to know where the song's going to go. And I love how Ollie is basically providing this really interesting singing ability, adding to the song and just making the song really just feel like an epic song. In my opinion, is the song and the snakes start to sing. I don't know why that's my favorite track, but it's definitely my number one track I always go back to just to listen to it again, because there's so much good stuff on that track. I love the chorus. I love the piano bits. I love what's happening on the track. It's just a very interesting piece of music. Also, some really good songs that I really stuck out to me among the rest is, of course, And the Snakes Start to Sing. Hospital for Souls, which is the final track, which is a great ending, by the way. Can You Feel My Heart, which is the opener. Sleepwalking, that was kind of an interesting track that really stood out. And Shadow Moses, which is, I think, is the single, I believe. I could be wrong. Let me check that real quick. Yes, it was the single that was released, and that song really stood out to me. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, let me go off to the sound of the band. So, Ollie, we have the vocalist. So, what's really interesting is that he's adding a singing ability, and a lot of people like to argue that he's done this kind of stuff before, but what I'm hearing is that he's really singing. He's really really resting his voice and not screaming and doing what he usually does. He's adding a singing effect that really stands out, like on the track And the Snakes Start to Sing. He is singing. It's not like a low yell or just like mouthing or saying the words. He's actually singing it, and I can hear it. And I love that he adds that. There's also screaming, so don't get me wrong. It's not just complete 100% singing, but he's adding new styles of singing and new styles of vocal onto this album that makes the album even more varied than it already is with the new keyboards that basically forms the whole entire record. So Lee and Jona, I'm saying that right, rhythm guitar, and Lee on lead guitar. the guitar sound is very crisp. I love the guitar sound. It's not too much. It fits right with the keyboard because, like I said, the keyboard does form the album, and the guitars are not overpowering the keyboard at any point. And I love the mixture of what the guitars are doing. They're doing these really cool swells and doing these different types of, like sounds and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like where they add effects to the guitar. I love what they're doing on this album, and it just really stands out. The guitar work is very good. I really enjoyed it. To the bass, which is Matt, did some great work. I can actually hear the bass, and I love that. And I say this every single review, but on the bass part, it's either if I can hear it, if I can't hear it, and if I can't hear it, I complain about it. If I hear it, I love it, and I love hearing the bass on this record. I love hearing it. So big props to Matt. He, you can hear him on the album, and I love that. Now to the other Matt on drums. The drumming is what you'd expect from Bring Me the Horizon, but since they've added this new effect with electronic music and pop music and ambient, and there's just a whole variety of music that they're trying to vary with the album, the drumming has to vary as well. It can't just be what you'd expect from another Bring Me the Horizon album from the past. He has to accommodate the new stuff that's happening, but his drumming, I think, is very well done. I really enjoyed it, and I like it. I just like the drums. I love the sound too. It's not too heavy, but it's heavy enough to where it's like, I like that drum sound. So, that's what I took from it on top of his playing style that he added to this record. And like I said, the Jordan Fish, the keyboard, like I said, he formed this album. It sounds like this album was written around his keyboarding. That's what it sounds like. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because, like I said, this album is varied and it's not metalcore, deathcore 100%. It's like all these new variety of stuff they're trying to throw in. So it makes sense that a lot of the times it sounds like the keyboard is actually creating the song and all the other band members and the vocalist Ollie has to, write stuff within what the keyboard is doing. And so I love it. So overall, the band sounds amazing, and I just love the fact that this band is taking chances, and expanding out from what they're usually doing, and just giving a better feel for what they're trying to do. So, two more key points I want to get to before I end this review. There's a lot of controversy, and I have to speak about it. Ollie, his lyrical content, there's a lot of controversy, and I've read a lot about where people are saying it's good, it's mediocre, it's bad. I could write it. I could write better lyrics. Like, I hear all these comments. My personal opinion is there wasn't a lot of moments where I'm going, oh, like, really? Like, there wasn't, like, a specific moment where I'm going, that is the most terrible lyrics I've ever heard. And people are actually saying that. My personal opinion is that, there's always moments where people are going to have their opinions on, like, oh, that sounds weird. Because one person can say, oh, that sounds bad. That's bad writing. And then, the same like, another person can hear the same exact part you're saying is bad. And they say, oh, that's amazing. I love it. So, I enjoyed the lyrics. There wasn't really anything to the point where I'm going, oh, my God, I could write better than that. I'm not a writer, so I'm not going to say it. And I'm being brutally honest. A lot of the lyrical content, I enjoyed. Some of it was okay, but there was no real point where I'm going, oh my God, what is this? So that's just my personal opinion, is that the lyrics are not that bad in my opinion. But like I said, my opinion. And the last final thing is, overall in this album, guys, what I want you guys to know is that, it's deathcore, metalcore. That's the foundation they were founded on. But do not expect to go into this album, if you're a Bring Me the Horizon fan, and expecting a full 100% deathcore metalcore album. Because like I've been saying for the past 8 minutes and 42 seconds, is that it's not. There is a lot more variety, so be open to it. Because if you're expecting the 4th record, Sempiternal, to be like the other 3 records, you better not listen to it, because you're going to be disappointed. Because right as you start off, it's going to be like, what is this? Like, why is there keyboards? Blah, 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 what? Because it's not the same band. So, like, what is the same band? It's just a whole new take on the band. And they're expanding out and trying new things. And like you can tell from the review, it's pretty positive in my opinion. I love how they're varying and basically expanding out from what they're used to doing. So, my personal opinion is, it's a great record. And I'm going to buy it once it comes out, and I'm going to enjoy it as long as I can. So that's my review, guys. If I had to give a rating for this album, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a great record, and that's what it is. And like I said, once again, I enjoyed what they did, and props to Bring Me the Horizon for doing and releasing an amazing record. So Thank you guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you like me and you like the video, like the video. And if you like me and you want to see more of my reviews and stuff like that, subscribe for more metal videos. And I'll see you guys soon.